Welcome back to another episode of the South Bay Bike Rider. Thank you for tuning in, ladies and gentlemen. Excuse me, I'm still under the weather with this chest congestion, and hopefully I can beat this soon. So, with that said, let's move forward. This is an episode of A Story from the Streets. Alright, so as many of you know, and many of you don't know, I work at a average Joe mundane job. And I can actually say with confidence that this particular employment is super duper toxic. And it wasn't like that from the beginning. It gradually became that way. I'm sure you guys can relate. I'm sure a lot of you can relate to what I'm talking about. No job is perfect. No career is perfect. But some are better than others. And I haven't found it yet when it comes to the average Joe job. Believe me, like I said before, I haven't found it yet. And I've had my track record ain't the greatest when it comes to these jobs because I'm not in my element. I'm more of the creative type, and I need to be surrounded by the creativity, the people that are creative and that could support one another in a creative fashion and onward and upward. So, moving forward. So, here's the story I want to share with you guys. I forget what day it was. It was this week that just passed. It was Thursday. That's right, it was Thursday. This past Thursday, a few days ago. So, I go to my Joe job as scheduled. I start at 7 o'clock, but I get there a little early so I can catch up on a little bit of sleep. So, clock in as usual. And mind you, when it comes to these type of jobs, the mundane jobs, it takes me a while to get acclimated, from the start of, especially when you have to start at 7 o'clock. I mean, that's rough, dude. Some people start earlier. I mean, I can only imagine, and it's not easy. Okay, so I'm trying to wake up, So I'm trying to wake up. I'm trying to get acclimated and get the day going, and just to survive the shift. Okay, so the first car of the day, the first car of the morning, this individual asked for both of their cars because him and his wife and then their two kids, they're leaving at the same time. So I grab the Tesla, and the other valet grabs the other car. So 2 cars first thing in the morning. The first 2 cars of the morning. So I get the Tesla, bring it up just like any other day, nothing special. And mind you, I'm still trying to wake up, but okay, so I park the car, by the curb, but apparently, and now I didn't hear this, because if I cause any kind of damage or anything, I mean those guys know me. I am very honest, and if I make a mistake, I am the very first one to say, hey, you know what? I did this. It was an honest mistake, and I'm very sorry, and it won't happen again. And it's happened before, and where something happened, and immediately, right away, I go to the manager and I say, hey, look, this is what happened. It's my fault. I'm very sorry. And so they appreciate that. I mean, who wouldn't, right? But, so anyway, I parked the car. Usual, nothing, no big deal. So I go back inside and give the front desk back the Tesla key. About maybe 5 minutes later, the family of 4, husband, wife, and 2 little youngsters, They come out, and the other valet goes and helps both of them. So I'm inside the lobby just hanging out, you know, and just trying to wake up. And then I hear there's some sort of commotion from the valet and the owner of the Mr. Tesla guy. We'll call him Mr. Tesla. And so valet guy weighs me over to come outside. So I did. So then valet number one there goes back inside. So he's not, you know, he's not in the scene. He left the scene. So it's me. Now the wife and one of the kids are in the Cadillac Escalade, which is behind, because we parked the car not side by side, but one after the other. So Tesla, then the Caddy. Okay. So Mr. Tesla has one of the kids in the back seat, so he's preparing, you know, putting her and the little girl into the car seat and whatnot. And he has the door open, and clearly the little girl can see me. But as soon as I walk out there, Mr. Tesla is already on a rampage. He's yelling at me, and in front of the kids, you know, and mind you, the wife and the Cadillac are still there. They're watching everything. Okay, I mean, these people, you know, they're sneaky. More on that later. Anyways, so he's yelling at me, and I'm trying to explain. Listen, then he shows me that the rim is very close to the curb, and if I did collide, I did not hear it. I mean, it's very close to the curb. Like, it's actually like flush without touching the curb. But it looks like it made contact. But it's a tricky situation. I didn't hear anything. I didn't hear any rubbing. I didn't hear any scraping. I didn't hear any scratching of the rim colliding with the curb. So that's why I didn't make anything of it, because I didn't hear anything, and I did not feel anything. So but he points it out, and he's just belligerent. I mean, he's just like he just wanted to attack me, man. But I'm glad he didn't. But anyways, I mean, that would have been a whole different story. And he's yelling at me, and I'm trying to explain. He would not let me explain. He kept overlapping me. The more I opened my mouth, which I didn't really try to, because I let him have his release, he just kept getting angrier, and he kept overtopping me, and I just stopped, and I let him go on and yelling at me and screaming at me in front of the little girl who's in the back seat while he's trying to buckle her up. She's listening to she's watching me. I'm like, gosh, man, what a situation to be in. The wife is in the car behind me. She's watching everything. And who knows, the little boy is probably watching too. Like, oh, why is daddy yelling? I mean, all that nonsense. So right there, it's a bad scene. A very, very bad scene. Okay? So he's yelling at me, and I at that point, I'm just watching him. I'm just looking at him, yelling at me, and I'm just taking it. Okay? And he keeps going and yelling at me, and I tried once or twice to try to explain myself. He kept overtopping me with anger and yelling at me. Finally, he's yelling and yelling as usual, as whatever. And then he drops the F-bomb at me. He said, "My effing car." Those are the only 3 words that I heard out of all his little rampage. When he said that, he humiliated me. He was humiliating me from the beginning. But when he cursed at me like that, I was humiliated. I didn't feel comfortable being there. I didn't know what else to do. I turned around. I walked off the scene, man. Because if I stood there and challenged this guy, it was going to be a bad scene. And it was already It was already a bad scene from the beginning. I didn't want to make it worse. I felt, and I didn't care. What I did was I went back inside and I told the guys, hey, oh, and there was other guests coming in. And one of the guests even mentioned, hey, what an a-hole this guy is. It's true. He was being an a-hole. So in front of other guests, in front of the co-workers, and the look on his face when he said that to me, it's like his face morphed into like a devil. I swear to you. His face just looked, it had a weird shape. It just looked like he had horns, man. I mean, I actually saw the devil. And it was just a bad vibe, bad scene, didn't want to be there. So I walked out, told the front desk guy, I said, hey, I'm done for today. I'm not taking this. I may not have the... I have enough self-respect, and I'm not going to take that from any man, woman, or child. You don't talk to somebody like that, man. No matter what the scene is, what environment you are in, there is a proper way of handling the situation in a normal fashion, in a normal, humane fashion, without just yelling and screaming at someone. I'm a human being. I have feelings. Okay, I'm sensitive, man. I'm man enough to let you know I get hurt, just like any other Joe Schmo, just anybody. You just don't go flat out. That person doesn't know me. I don't know him. I just work there, and I have to open your door and whatnot. Just because I've been there 5 years, you don't know me. You never took the time out to get to know me. You never talked to me. It's just, get my car. Thank you. And then you're going to throw F-bombs at me. If I did collide with that curb, I mean, which it looked like it did, I don't know. I mean, I didn't hear anything. It was an honest, mistake. It was an accident. I did not mean to do it. It wasn't like I intentionally did it just to make you upset. No, man. So I got my belongings, got my time card, clocked out. And this all happened within the first hour of my shift. Right at the beginning of my shift. It was like 8 o'clock, I think, if I'm not mistaken. So do you think I'm going to stay there and just... No, because first of all, that already put me in a bad mood. I don't feel comfortable being there. So I left. Went to the beach. I drove to the beach, parked my car, and I just slept. I made up a couple of hours of sleep, and I just stayed there, just resting. That's it. So a few hours later, I get a call from the assistant manager and the manager and the general manager. They were on speakerphone, and then I explained to them what went down. They needed to hear my side of the story. And to make the long story short, apparently, according to the general manager, that I should have waited and to let him know and to go about it that way. Okay, that's fine. But you know what? In that moment, I wasn't going to wait around for the manager. I'm not going to wait around another hour or two before he comes in so then I could say, hey, look, this is what happened. I'm going to take off for the day. Okay, so I'm not having it. It doesn't work that way. I don't care. He was saying that that's not how you conduct business and it's a job and blah, 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 blah. First of all, I don't work for NASA. I don't make over $100,000 a year. It's just a job. Okay? Jesus Christ come off the cross, and I would not care. In that moment, I would not care because my feelings are hurt. I mean, you're going to belittle me like that. You don't do that. It's a proper way of handling situations, and that was not one of them. Clearly, that's a big red flag. You don't do that, man. So they said, moving forward, they said that they were going to conduct an investigation and all that stuff. They're going to check the camera. Come to find out from one of the employees the following day, because I went back on Friday and said, hey, what happened? What's going on? Well, he checked the camera, and it was clearly that this guy was in a bad mood from the beginning. This guy's notorious for just having bad moods. So I thought I was going to get my walking papers. I thought I was going to have to clear up my locker and find another job and the whole spiel. No. Looks like I'm safe. For now. We'll see. And I didn't get a write-up that I'm aware of. I don't know if I report back next week. Who knows? But the following day, no, it was a pretty smooth, easygoing day. Still upset. Still bothers me because, man, you got to be kind to people, man. You really have to be kind to people. Just because I wear a uniform to work, I am the help. You don't treat the help with disrespect like that. You just don't, man. You guys, those guys make a lot of money, and you don't have to belittle me in front of your family. That's another thing that really bothered me. You belittled me and disrespected me, humiliated me in front of your wife and 2 kids, man. You don't do that. Okay? Now, if you want to set an appointment where you and I can talk, me and this person can talk, I'm acting like this guy's the camera. So, I mean, if he would have been man enough to, like, hey, you know, let's set something up. Let's talk. I'm more than willing to do that. Okay? Get it off your chest. I'm going to get it off my chest. But you don't talk to me. You don't berate me in front of your family, man. You just don't do that. So that's my story. I hope you get something out of it. Please be kind to one another. Please. Please. I'm noticing that we are an advanced nation. I mean, we're just coming up with all sorts of all these knickknacks and computerized stuff. And I mean, we're really like moving forward with all that, all this technology. But humanity in itself has gone double thumbs down. My toes are even pointing down. Come on, you guys. Be kind to one another. Talk in a normal, humane fashion. Respectful. Don't get aggressive with someone and you don't know what they're going through. Don't judge. Be human. Be genuine. Just be kind. I'm sorry for the noise in the background. I'm sorry if you can hear that. There was police sirens outside. Please be nice, be kind, be good, be generous, be human, man. Be genuine. Just because technology's moving up forward, us humans don't have to be falling towards the ignorant side of things. Grow up. Take responsibility. Take initiative. And just be good to one another, okay? That's all I'm saying. Be good. Be kind. Whew. Thank you for watching. And I will see you in another episode of The South Bay Bike Rider. Love you guys. Thank you.